Hey guys, what's happening? Let's get everything set up and get everybody pointed in the right direction, and we'll get started. Man, it's been a great week, and it just continues getting better. So we'll go over right here in a second some of the plays that we made and some we're thinking about making, things like that. I'm just putting out all the messages, letting everybody know we're going live right now. I see too, one thing I did. I'll have to change the thumbnail. I messed up the thumbnail. I forgot to change it. I made one and everything, forgot to change it, but I'll change it after this stream. We won't worry about it now. I just got one more to do right here. Okay, so like I said, I messed up on the thumbnail. We'll have to change it afterwards. Where we at? Here we go. And like always, guys, if you got any questions or tickers for us to look at, just pop them in chat, and we'll go over them. So yeah, yesterday, if you was watching, we ended up buying Discovery and Norwegian Cruise Line calls. So let's take a look at those. I sold those earlier. Discovery I held until it hit this trend line and started backing off. And then where we at? It's NCLH. Norwegian, I ended up selling most of them on this dip down, and I ended up buying back in when it bounced off of this trend line here, and ended up selling somewhere right around this area here. No, it's when it dipped under this 15 right here. So both of those ended up doing pretty damn decent. The AMC calls we bought yesterday, I bought yesterday, we can see that popped up over an after hour. Now check this out. I sold whenever we started getting these hesitation candles here. When I got this bounce, I bought back in. I mean, I didn't even wait for the full candle. Seen it bouncing, bought in, and then as soon as I seen it peak up here, I was at 35%, and by the time I sold it, I was able to get 25% just out of this little movement. Dude, that's a fucking sniper shot if I ever seen one out of that. I was so proud of myself on that one. It For that one, I was actually kind of hoping it went up here, but my thoughts were as soon as it gets over 20%, the first resistance I see, I'm getting out. and I was able to get, well, it was about 26, 27% if you want to be precise about it. But yeah, if I'd have been a little bit quicker on the trigger, I could have got the full 35 out of it. But I did, let's see, because I held on to one and ended up having to let go of it for right at about, I think it was about a 20 buck loss, something like that. I can't remember. But it really wasn't too bad of a play because by that time, the that option was free. I mean, the one we had got held overnight, it ended up netting like 517% or something weird like it, like over 500% profit on it. So it done really good. The one I'm thinking about playing this evening, if we look at, let me pull it up here. So, right, here we go. The one I'm thinking about playing for this evening is Skills, which I'm already in, and Roku, which I'm thinking about buying into. Viacom, I'm thinking about picking up some this evening too. So those will be the three main plays. Fastly, I was going to play it, but I'm pretty sure it's up pretty good right now. Let's go back and look. I don't remember what it's something. I would just type it in. Yeah, see, it's up really good right now. So I'm just not sure how much more it would run. Sorry about that, guys. Let me let the dog out. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, Fastly's just run up too much right now. And if it does miss, it has a long way to fall. So I don't think I'm going to play that one. Sorry, I'm out of breath, man. That dog has another dog out there, and I had to hurry up and grab my dog. Roku, on the other hand, it's down right now. You can see it's getting ready. I need to go ahead and buy in. I'm going to buy one that's not too far out of the money, but far enough to be cheap, pretty good and cheap. I just wanted to go the next week. And then I'm going to buy one way out of the money. Like we're talking about, let me find it here. Like one of these around the 415 to 430, well under $100. So I'm going to pick up one right around this 370 mark. And then one way out of the money down here. So since that's running a little bit right now, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to see if it'll actually, what it does here. Because if it comes back down, I'd like to have the better price. But Roku's definitely one I'll be playing for. See, we're starting to get the little tweeter set up here. I also wanted to show you guys a couple of things too about, how I pick up my watch list, things I watch for. By the way, guys, if y'all got a hold of the watch list today and was checking it out, it has done killer today. Let me pop it up here. So there's things on it. Fastly's on it. Skills is on it. Let me show it to you here. Right there. And I post these on Twitter and on all the Discords, especially ones like Wall Street Bets New and the Trading Collective. Both of those I end up posting them on. So most of these done very well today. They was plenty of good earners in this bunch. Uber is one that has, I think, earnings tomorrow evening. I don't really remember that well. Let's see. Yeah, Uber's, its earnings is Thursday evening, so it's, tomorrow evening. Right, first, second, third, fourth, yeah. Square is one that I'm very interested in. I'm long on Square, but I also play the swings on it. And DraftKings I'm interested in. Coinbase, I have some coin, but I'm not going to play it for earnings. I might play it after earnings. And Exela is one that I'm looking at. One that I forgot to put on the watch list today, I had it on my list last night, but forgot to put it on this morning, was T-Mobile. And it done really good this morning. You can see it popped up and then just kind of flagged out. But if you'd have got in yesterday, it's done really good. Is there any tickers you guys would like me to look at right now? Wonky, man, I ain't seen you today. I've missed you, my brother. What you been into? I was looking for you in Discord today and I missed you, I guess. Probably when I went out. I wanted to show y'all something too here I've been using. Yep, we're on browser. This is TradingView. I've not got the pay for one yet. I'm going to try to get it next week when I draw out money. But this is the stock screener. And I've been playing around with it. And I've come up with some pretty cool little setups. This is in a bid to try to come up with some decent screening setups and stuff like that. So I'd like to go ahead and share some of these with you guys and show you. And this is one of the big things I use every morning. I started the evening the night before and then go into the pre-market. But the first thing I do is I'll go into the market screen. I'll go to stocks. And of the evening, I'll look at the extended hours. And I'll look at the biggest change first, right here. This is still pre-market, ain't it? No, extended hours. After hours. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, sorry. So we're looking at the after hour gainers. And then of the morning, I'll switch it to pre-market gainers. And here's one of the things that I'll do. I'll look at the change first, and I'll go through those for the first so-so. And then I'll come over here to this and go to trend following. And I'll look at the buys and the strong buys. And I'll go through those. And what I'll do is I'll create me a list. Just from that, I won't even look at the charts to begin with. Just make me a list. And then go to stock screener. Now this part's very important. It's your filters tab. And I don't have many set up, but the first thing I do is I'll come to volume and I'll set it up to at least 1 million. Come down to the moving averages. The first one, since they don't have a 15, I go to the 20, and I'll put it for it to crosses. And then I'll go here and go to the 50, and then on the 51 I'll put above or equal to the 200. And that's all I do is mess with the volume and those two, and then I'll go through those and I'll look for that that setup I was telling you about, where the 15 crosses the 50. I mean, let's take one here, MDLZ. So I can see that it's already did its cross back here. So right now this is not a good play. We can look at the different time frames and see that's the difference between the pay for version and the free version, is it only gives you one time frame. The pay for lets you switch it between different time frames. We can see right here it looks a little bit better. It's popped up. We have the separation. Now we just need our bounce to see if it's good to go. If we go to the 1 hour, we can see that it's separated even more. The 4 hour, it's probably just starting. Yeah, so that's a good way to use that and see. And of course, the longer out your time frame goes, will be more from, the shorter the time frame, the day trade, the longer the time trade is a swing trade. So things like that, look for those setups and that. So let's go right here. Make sure y'all with me. So you see how it's sitting up here on the 4 hour. The 1 hour is split and it's getting ready to bounce. The 15 minute, it has split and it's come down, but we're not at that bounce part yet. And then the 3 minute, it's already done for the day trade. There you go. So just, something to try out, something to see if it's something that works for you guys as well as it works for me. Yes, I do think that the meme stocks will be making another run, mainly for the setup on AMC. They ran this time, guys, for a couple of different reasons. One, we had Bed Bath & Beyond. It squeezed. Sorry, no, it didn't squeeze. It popped up. I'm thinking of Avis. My bad. Avis squeezed. So when Avis squeezed, and you get a good squeeze in these stocks, it doesn't matter if it's a meme stock or not, but when you get a good squeeze, it sends good sentiment into stocks that people are playing for squeeze plays. So if you look across the board, right after this happened, or maybe even during it, you see all the other ones starting to take off. So that gets those on board on top of it all, right? Another good thing about it is AMC has earnings coming up. And it's expected that those earnings are going to be really, really good. Now, we know with all the sentiment behind AMC and everything, it doesn't need to be really good in order to take off. But the fact that it's possible that it's going to be really good is something to watch out for. So much to the point is I'm playing it by ear now, but depending on how it acts, I may even pick up something to hold over the weekend at calls, because I've already got plenty of shares in AMC. But I'll probably pick up some calls just to play during that time too. But this could be a really good catalyst for us, guys, on AMC. If this stays up, if we get a massive earnings beat with good revenue, good outlook, things like that, this could be the catalyst to set us back up to that $60, $70 area. And once we break, I'll have to look at it here. Once we break out of this is going to be good news. And you know, there's a couple of good ways to pick price points if you want to look at some of these. Let me show you a couple of those. When you got a flag like this, one of them is you start off with the PO of the flag. So let's do a trend line from the PO of the flag down. So now we want to take this and put it right where these would cross, which is right around this area here. Now, we want to take where it ends at. This is where it closes up at. Well, guys, I'll find it right here in a second and grab it. Oh man, I messed it all up, didn't I? You know what? This needs to be redone anyway. Okay. So now, if I can see this thing, let's take from where it closes up at, and we're going to put it right here too, but we're just going to offset it just a little bit so we can tell the difference in the two. Now we want to get the last place that it crosses. You see this V, upside down V right here? That's the last place that it crosses before it's going to possibly jump up. So now we want to take that. I guess it didn't quite touch the top, so let's go from here. Here to there. And we're going to take this and put it right around the same area. Now what we can do with those is draw some horizontal line, and we'll make those white so we know that they're price points. And then we want to squeeze this down so we can see the other one. Okay, so now that we have all three of those, we can get rid of these wonky looking lines. And those are the 3 price points that we'll be watching. When it comes up, when it breaks out, we want to watch the 61.2 area, which I've already got it marked as the red, as a resistance level. If it rejects here, that is the part where you would normally take. Now, AMC is a squeeze play, so you might play it a little differently, but on a normal stock, that's if it rejects there and it shows good rejection there, that's where you'd want to take profit. If it breaks above it, shoot for the next one, which is at 84.44. Same thing there. If it rejects there, that's where you take profits. If it can break above that, you go for the final one, 95, take profits there. So that's a good way to form a technical price point based on a flag. I can show you a couple of different ones if we run up on a channel or a what they call it, a symmetrical rectangle or whatever. But that's what we're looking for right now. Let's go back to the 4 hour. On AMC, and we about damn near got it today too, but we're looking for a break above that trend line. And probably what you'll see is it do something similar to this. You'll see it break up. That's not what the one, I didn't want that one. Hit the wrong one. We wanted the polyline. So you're going to see it come up, probably rally right up above it, come down, retest it, take off like this. You know, it'll do something like that. So that's what we'll be looking for with AMC. What do you say there? XELB looks to be a possible play if I'm looking at the MACD correctly. Well, now remember, on these plays, guys, throw the kitchen sink at it. You got all these indicators. Throw them at it and see what sticks. Yeah, they have cooled off a little bit, but you got to realize from where it's came from over the last couple of days. I mean, if we look at over the last couple of days, before I go off onto that one, it's came from here to there. You're still up 12%, and at one time we was up 25%. So if you look at the technicals on it, it done exactly what you would expect it to do. It's popped up, it got rejected at the trend line or this resistance, whichever one you want to call it. It came back down, it retested, got rejected again. So now it's going to retest the EMA lines. If it bounces here at this 200, that's perfect technicals for it to continue up and stay bullish. See how it's been doing? So far, every time it breaks above, it's not stayed above. So that's what we need. We need a good bounce above it. We've not had a good bounce on it yet. We've had some pretty wonky candles and a little mix, but we've not had a good bounce on it yet. And that's the 4 hour. If you look at this, it's the same thing. We'd like to see it stay above that 200. It looks like it came back and tested this 38. But like I said, remember, it came from 34 in just 2 or 3 days. XELB. I've seen this one before. Yeah, this is a nice little setup. We have the it's flagged out. It did pop under the 50-day in the pre-market and then pop back up. Yeah, if we get a good bounce off this 50-day, this is a nice little setup. What you'd want to see is a good bounce and see this 15 and 50 start separating. The MACD, it is above the, trying to see if I can blow this up so the MACD gets bigger. There we go. Now on mine, for some reason, usually the blue line is the MACD line and the orange line is the signal line. Mine's switched or whatever. I didn't switch it. It's just the way it came. So we want to see the orange line on top on this one. And they're riding pretty close. With the momentum on the MACD, that separation, the more separation you get after they've crossed and split is good. But if we get a cross and good separation at the center line, that is a nice setup on a MACD. When they pop up, separate with the MACD line on top of the signal line, and it starts off between that center line, that is a very good setup on it. We don't have no divergence in the RSI. We've got a big flag here and a little flag here. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice setup. It just needs to make a clean break above this 50. It needs to separate itself from it. But yeah, what you could do on this one is set you an alert. Well, we want a clear break at least above that one. So set you an alert above this. And when you get it, take a look at it and see if those signals still match up and still look good. We got some hesitation candles every time it comes up, though. So watch that 211 mark. So far, that's right around there. If you want to put it in a box, right there's a good box for it. Between 211 and 225. Yeah, Nick. I mean, it could happen this evening. He says, "Is it one to watch over the next couple of days?" Yeah, it could happen this evening. It could happen tomorrow. You just really don't know with the setup. The main one to watch though would be on this 15 minute. That's a good one to watch intraday and weekly. Um, just look for that good separation and a good bounce, a good clear uh, um, bounce over top of this 193 mark here. Another for the guys using Weeble and stuff too. Another good tool is this trend tool. Let me show you on Tesla here. So you see how Tesla's been in this trend upwards, right? So you can take this trend tool and you can put it either if you got a certain part on the trend, or if not, if you just want to look at a key area, like say from, or dates, I mean, let's say from the end of the day here to, hell, where's that now? Why not? It puts that in a trend. And you can see if it ends up breaking out of this trend to the upside or to the downside. And of course, still go with like right here where it broke out. You still want to see it retest and bounce. If not, it's just a fake out breakout of the trend. But if you look at this, it seemed to be following this trend line pretty well. Right now, or well, in the beginning, it was following right around that center line, weaving and going back and forth. But now we're kind of consolidating out, and it's looking a little bit weakish. It keeps coming up against this. Roughly around the 1,200 mark. And guys, I know Tesla. When you look at Tesla, and you're thinking puts, and you come here and you look at it, and you're like, "Yo, dude, that's $5,000 for that put." You don't have to play that far out. If you'll use that options calculator I gave y'all, you'll see that you can go pretty far out into where options are in between $100 and $300 and still make really good money. Let me show you here with Roku. So here's one that I was drawing up earlier when I was looking for one pretty far out of the money. So this one is a 400. The strike is $415. It costs $75 per option. And look at this. It only has to go to 335 in order for you to be over $100. And if this stock takes off like I'm hoping it will, around the 360s, you're looking at $400. If it even gets close, you're looking at $300. That's for a $75 call option. So they're worth always taking to this options profit calculator and checking out. If you think it might be out of your price range, bring it here and see what out of the money call or put would actually net you on it. Hey, no problem, man. Let's take a look at Roku. It's had time enough to form out more. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, so that is a clear buy signal for me right now. I'm jumping in. I should have jumped in a minute ago, but I got to talking. So we want calls. I wanted one near the money and one out of the money. Well, not near, I mean near enough to where it's not outrageous. So I'm going to go with, I didn't want to pay over 300, so I was going to go with the 170, but now let's go with the 180 or 185, and let's do, that was a 415, right? What are they now? $100? And let's do one of those. Matter of fact, let's go to the 420, because it's got better volume. No, I don't like the Greeks on it as much. Yeah, we'll stick to the 415. So just to make sure that it still holds true, let's run it through the options calculator one more time. Let's get the new price. Select the option at 415 again. Wait, this ain't right. Yeah, no, 12. This just said it was a different price, right? No? Yeah. This has it at $100. Okay, I see where I'm at. I'm on the 19th. I need to be on the 12th. That's the reason why. Okay. Yeah. This looks better. So yeah, the 415. Actually, the 410 has a little bit better volume, and the 400 has even better than that. So let's go with that, and let's go with the 400 now and see what it looks like on the options calculator. So the 400 is right around $100. Calculate. And see if it raises less than 20, well, right around 20 bucks. You're going to gain $100. And if we look here, just that little bit of movement right there. That's $5 right there, and we're looking for this thing to do very well tomorrow. So, all right, if y'all give me 1 second, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. So we're doing one at 370, and let's do, yeah, we'll just do one at 400. I think is what we said. Okay, we got a red candle, so let's give it a second. We might be able to get it cheaper then. Let's watch this 3 minutes, see what it's going to do. If it doesn't bounce here to 200, we might as well wait and see what it does when it gets closer. Is there anything you guys would like for me to check out, or you just want to go over a few things? See what's running right now? Let's just do that, and let's see what's going off right now. CRES. Yeah, it's a little bit already overdropped. Nope. Right here's a good looking one, and it just started out today. This one looks like it might have some legs on. Watch that. Perfect popped up, bounce off the 50. Looks pretty decent. Usually don't like to play new stocks, but that's got a nice setup on it. PTPI. It's got a nice setup on it, but just be careful holding this one overnight. But the volume's up. The MACD's looking good. It's bouncing where it's supposed to be bouncing. So this has got a nice one. I'm going to put this one in the watch list. IRTC. It's just climbed. I mean, this thing has been a beast ever since after hours yesterday. I mean, it's went from $75 to $119. That is so good. I just want to keep an eye on this one. I missed a couple here. That one's probably done. I mean, it might go up a little bit more, but you're going to see profit takers on that one soon. That one's got a nice little bounce, but I just don't like the way it looks. Too many hesitation candles in there. This one would be a good one to play that sideways options trade. KPTI, nice bounce, nice pop up and bounce off the 50. If you get a clear break above that, it'd probably do really good in after hours. That's 788. What about this one? No, that just tanked right after it popped up in the morning. What's Skills doing at the close of the day? I think Skills is going to do good for earnings too. What are the options on this one look like? Can we get in cheap enough? If we go out to next week, I want to buy another one, but I don't know if I should or not. I want to buy one out of the money, like way out of the money. All the ones I got now are in the money. I'd like to buy this $19. Well, the $18 one would be better. It's got better volume. So let's buy one of those too. Let's take another look at Roku, see what it's doing. Like I said, guys, if y'all got any tickers, anything like that, just let me know and we'll go over them. So let's buy that Skills. While we're waiting on Roku to set up, let's buy that Skills one way out of the money. I think it was 19. Was it 19 or 18 on skill? Well, I can look at it here. The $18 one is... There are only 28 on here, so... I was going to spend $100 anyway, so let's get 3. So that gives me 5. Because I still got 2 left. All right, yeah. So it gives me 5 on Skills altogether. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? No, I didn't get the ATVI calls, and it's a good thing I didn't, but I'm going to wait for him to... I'm going to wait for it to kind of bottom out, make sure it finds good support, and I'm getting in because there's no way this is staying under 70 for too long. I mean, this Christmas alone is going to be big. They have Call of Duty Vanguard coming out, and a few other things. Plus, Activision acts as a publisher, so they've got a lot of that stuff coming in. They've gotten rid of a lot of management that was involved with the sexual harassment thing. So I just don't see it staying down much longer. I don't think it's going to go up next week, but I just don't see it's going to stay down maybe a month or two. And you might look at another month or two after that to get back up to the high 80s. But look at that. That's a beautiful sell-off for that. I'm trying to switch out on my long portfolio of some of these tech stocks. Like I've sold out of my Tesla. I don't have no Tesla right now. Well, that's a lie. I held on to 2 shares, if that means anything. But the rest of them I sold out of. I picked up some Nintendo stocks. I picked up, I had picked up IMAX, but when it popped up, I sold out of it. Nintendo. There was something else in there too. And then Sony. That's it. I picked up some Sony. So I'm trying to switch from tech stocks to entertainment type stocks. I think entertainment is going to do good, and I think there's going to be a big correction in tech. Probably around the same. That's probably going to be one of the catalysts for the big correction in the overall market. Uber is looking, well, it was looking, I checked on it a little bit, but it was looking really good. I will probably be, let's see, earnings is tomorrow evening, I said, right? Let me double check that. Yes, earnings is tomorrow after close, along with Square, excuse me, and I'll probably be playing both of those. Viacom, that's the other one I was going to play. No, yesterday, what I ended up buying yesterday was Discovery. We can see we had a scary morning on it, but it popped back up and did really good. And Norwegian Cruise Line. Same thing, it was real scary and then popped back up. Let's see what Viacom's doing. Trading sideways, people are a little bit unhesitant. Let's see what the implied volatility is. Where we at? So it's on the high end of average, at 40 strike at 40,000. So give me 1 second, guys. I want to pick up this. What date is it? The 19th. I don't want to go out that far. Do I? What's the difference in the delta if we stay to the 12th, right? 40, 56 versus 77. Yeah, I'm going to go because the delta's better. It's almost perfect ratio of delta and theta. So even though I'm paying extra for it, I'm staying with the 19th. That didn't feel. Why not? Is it moving? Yes, damn it. So I'm going to have to go up $1 in order to get it filled right now. Oh, damn, I just tried to buy 11 of them. I didn't mean to do that. What is going on with this stock right now? It's like keeps like every time I try to put in the amount, it raises $1. I want it now though. So I'm gonna go one more dollar, and if this don't work, I'll just let it sit there until it does fill, if it does fill. There, it filled that time. Ended up paying $2 extra for it, but it filled. So right now I'm in Skills Viacom for tomorrow, and I want to get in on Roku. And I'm doing 2 different ones on Roku. Both of them are out of the money a good ways, but one of them is a lot more than the other one. So we want to go up to the next week. And we want to do the 370 one. And then I want to do the 400. Right here, yeah, around 100. So those are the 2 I'm going to play on Roku as soon as it decides what it wants to do here. I'm going to give it another 3 or 4 minutes to decide, and then I'm going to pick up what I want. Roku, I'm pretty sure Roku's going to do good. What's going to hurt Roku is if its user base is not growing and predicted to grow over the next little bit. I do think it's been growing, but I don't know what the outlook on it's going to be. So it is a bit of a gamble, and you can even see that in the stock right now. There's a lot of hesitation in it, but it is holding this support, which makes me feel good about it. And it is sold off right now. So if it does miss, I mean, it's going to go down, but I'll be able to catch it before I lose all my money on it. On the options, on the shares, I probably won't lose much at all. Workhorse popped up and then sold right off, didn't it? Oh, Lucid's turning around. Check this out, guys. Whatever Papa Powell said during the Fed meeting this evening must have been good. What about plug and fuel cell and charge point? Plug to no go. Charge point's looking good. Oh man, did y'all see the price of Ethereum too, man? I'm so glad. That's the only crypto that I'm holding long term right now. Yeah, Hut and Mara. Hut cooled off. It looks to be staying up. And Mara, oh God, I love this stock. Every time this fucker dips and bounces, I buy. I had sold out of this and just picked up more. Y'all got anything you want me to look at right before the close of the day? Alright, time to try my luck on this one now. Here we go. We got the bounce. Okay, so that's what I'm in. I'm in Roku, Viacom, and Skills. And that has my smaller account tapped out, I think. Yeah, I've only got like $500 left in that. Is there anything you guys would like for me to check out before we call today? If not, we'll go ahead and call it, because I think most of y'all's checked out anyway. Alright then, guys, if that's it, then we'll go ahead and call it today. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me, and we'll see how earnings does tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye.